And we're back. What's up, ladies and gents of YouTube? Zan here, as always. So that was. Working again on the Z125 engine. Just looking at some stuff. Last time we talked, which is a little while ago, I found out that there's a lot of crap inside the engine from what we assumed was the... Let me put these away. These are nice and organized for once. And by the way, I mean, let's just put them over here, because if I put them back in the toolbox, they're going to get messed up. There's a lot of material in the engine. I took some of that material, pictures, video, different things up to my dealer, and they agreed with me that it looks like... Come on. Oh man, suction cupped. There we go. And there we go. It looks like clutch material. Now, what they told me to do was look around the whole gasket and see if there's parts of the gasket missing or anything, which there aren't. So they don't think it's a gasket. Man, look at that big hole in there. And suggested a couple things I could do to clean this out. One was to take the engine, put it back together slightly, open up... How would that work? I want to flush it the wrong way. Open up the bottom and pour some kerosene into the fill port, let it drip out the bottom, push a lot of the material out, which sounds like a great idea. But I don't have kerosene yet, and I don't have some other stuff. But what I'm more worried about is what else is in this engine. What are my other problems? How much of this has gotten into these bearings? How much has gotten... Like, I've only seen it to that filter screen, which is... Filter screen. This screen, which I probably should put back in there. I've only seen it on this and not passed it into this area, which is great. Like, kept as much of the crappus out of this area as possible. And yes, crappus is the official term. Take that screen back out. So not only is this screen now on my must replace list, so is the gasket, and a few other things as well. But I mean, I couldn't get this completely cleaned anyways. I'm like, you know what? If we're going through this much trouble, let's take care of it. But with that being the bottom of the engine, yeah, I'm assuming it got sucked into other areas. Like maybe this hose has full of it. Maybe it doesn't work, and this is the oil supply to the top end of the engine. So that would be terrible if that was clogged up. And actually, I think we can see in there. I just need to get the light. And that looks clean in there. But we're going to take it apart anyways and look. Now, the other thing I need to figure out on this engine is where's the oil pump? I don't even know. Is this it? This might be the oil. Is this the oil pump? This contraption here? Oh, actually, that might be the oil pump right in front of me. How it comes out, the world may never know. But this might be the oil pump. I want to take the oil pump apart and see if any material is in the oil pump. I'm going to take this hose off, see if I can find anything up in there. And I've already loosened, I think, that bolt up. Got loosened one there. And figure this out. So I've got my manual on my computer right here. And those are my friends who know what I'm doing and are saying, you're crazy, you're doing this right next to my computer. Yeah, don't worry about it. That's me. The computer's old. I need a new computer anyway, so if I break this one, I'll be upset for a while, but we should be fine. I have enough separation. So, you know what? Deal with it yourself. No, I was kidding. Thank you for your concerns, but I got this, guys. I got this. Also, man, these studs are rusty. May take a couple, trying to see if there's any oil left in this thing. There's not really much left. Let's take some of the oil from the stud. Just let's clean that off too. So my other thought is I'm gonna take some of these covers off the top end and see if I can find any material up in there. You know, because I don't want to pull the whole thing apart if I don't have to. And I think we found the problem with part of the engine. But I just want to make sure that we're not going to see any other problems. But I want to take some stuff apart. I don't know if I want to... I'll pull the caps off. I don't know if I want to pull the head off, though, just because... I don't know how far I want to go. Like, I don't want to pull the whole thing apart and then have to reassemble all of it, because it's just more work, and I don't know. But then I should, but I can't. But I want to, but I don't want to. But that's the dilemma I've been going through, guys, if you can't tell. I don't know what I want to do compared to what I have to or should do. I don't think that is all time. So, let's start with taking this line off, this oil line. And I go back to my rusty and trusty 10 millimeter. 10 mil, which is probably just right. Okay. Let's pull the oil line off. Actually, it might have been easier to take some of this off while it's still in the bike. But, you know, winter is coming. Winter's here, actually. And really don't have much of an option to work in the garage right now without freezing it. And I don't want to freeze to death. The only thing that would be nice is toolbox situation would be nicer. The right tools everywhere would be nicer. This is a number 3, if anyone cares to know, which is nice. I really need a temp bin. Like, here's what I'm taking apart right now. Like, just gonna put that there. But if the parts are gross and oily, I don't want to put them on my desk either. So. So the reason, if anyone noticed, it's been a while since I've uploaded or worked on this bike, because it's now December, almost Christmas now, really. Is I was trying to do something, and okay, bottom. Is it a banjo bolt? Banjo bolt, okay. Which I assumed, duh, has to be banjo. It's got an upper and a lower washer, both copper it looks like, and both dirty. So those will have to be cleaned. Thoroughly. Let's just lay this down right now on my desk for the time being. Same on this end, upper and lower. Seems there's no debris there yet, but pretty sure that just goes into there, which means if the oil flowed through this way, should be okay. So besides just dirty, this doesn't seem too bad. So we'll clean that off too. I'll run it through the ultrasonic cleaner. You know, force anything that might be inside there out after I give it a good wipe down. I don't think this is a problem. I think we're going to be okay. I think the top of the engine is going to be clean. I'm hoping the top of the engine is going to be clean. I really hope the top of the engine is going to be clean. Okay, can't really spin that well. Let's work our way to the top end. I'm assuming valve cover. Get that valve cover. So the other thing is, every once in a while I get a whiff of, like, and it's from the engine, it's gotta be from the engine, something that's burnt. Like, I don't know if it's the oil or if it's this material that's in here. And it could just be that I'm playing with the exhaust side of the engine right now. Playing with the intake side of the engine. It could be because I'm playing with the exhaust, you know, stuff in here, but something smells burnt. I don't know what it is. Everything looks pretty good in here. I'll recheck the valve spacing when we get this apart. It could just be the oil too. This looks like, I mean, like, the oil looks kind of burnt, so I'm wondering if that clutch material being in there caused some problems. That's all the problem is. Or like my assumption is, and I think the guy said when I bought it, he used diesel oil in this engine because that's what his son does with his dirt bikes. And I only rode it a few miles with diesel engine in it back to my parents' house to pull the oil out, but still, oh, now I've got a lot of oil coming out of it. And it's very dark for a couple thousand miles, if that. Weird. Okay. Let's just assume we're cleaning it. Like, and the pizza's ready. We'll be back. Whew. Alrighty, you two. Back after my pizza. I just ate half a pizza by myself because I'm a fat ass. And, oh, I remember where this goes now. This goes on there, like this. Oh, okay. Cool. No, wait, like this. Cool. So, good news. And I'll turn this off. I don't know if we can see this, but that's where that filter is. And all the oil for the pump is what I was looking at. But it comes through that filter, through the little screen, and stops before it enters this large chamber. So I think we're good on clutch material in the rest of the engine. I think. But we're still going to take some stuff apart and look. Which is just peace of mind for me. Whether you guys think I'm crazy or not, it's a different story, but that's fine. Okay. This thing is still dirty, so dirty. Just get my toothbrush out. Should probably do this, keep stuff from flying. That just breaks up the dirt. Cool. So, yeah, I think that might have just been our problem. I think we might have been just clogging that filter up, causing low oil issues, which could be causing other problems in the bike. So we're gonna say we're good, but we're gonna keep going to this engine anyways. Now if I take this side apart, I'm gonna have to mess with timing. And actually, let's look at this. Yeah, there's no clutch material in the filter, which it gets sucked in this side and then pushed out through that hole. So they would be all in the side of this filter. So that's good. No clutch material. My only thing is, maybe we do take this side off. This side cover. I mean, we should. We should, right? If we're this far, we should take everything apart. But let's just start taking off covers on this, which would be 10. It's a 9 there. Zan. 10. It's definitely an 8. What am I doing? It's an 8. Come on, man. It's an 8. But yeah, good times, good times. But with the speed that I'm going on this engine, it's almost Christmas for me. Well, for everybody, but it's almost Christmas Day. We're getting close to it. And I'm thinking what's going to happen is I'm going to wait until after the first of the year, because spending a lot of money on Christmas always, and then start ordering some parts of this. I have a whole list of stuff I'm going to order, whether it be through my boys up at Hebler's, which if you guys need Kawasaki parts in Western New York, dude, seriously, go check those guys out. They get me stuff so quick compared to like Revzilla or Partzilla. It's like they're like, oh, you had to be here in 3 days, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, these guys say they're out of stock. Like, whatever, but they're ordering it straight from Kawasaki, I think, and I bet you they have a better, because they're a Kawasaki rep, I bet you they have better deals and stuff. Anyways, they always help me out. You guys can check them out too. But I'm hoping to get this engine back together well before spring, so that when spring comes and I can start getting back out in the garage again, all we got to do is slap this in the end, or in the bike, wire it all back up, and just fire it right up. Come on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, should be good. Oh, there we go. There's the timing covers. All the covers. Cool. Whoa. What's that? Is that clutch material? There's a piece of something in there. Everything I go through, I'm like, clutch, what? See, this is so dirty oil. Like, man. And it could be, I guess it could be fines. Like, the clutch could have ground itself down into really fine materials, and that's why I'm getting this dirty, burnt ass smelling engine. I also have a thing in the garage called engine flush. Oh, maybe that's what I do. It's from Valvoline. It's just it's a lighter oil. It's supposed to clean out everything. Maybe I run some of that through this once I get it back together. Like, instead of putting oil in it, I put that in there. Run it a few, let it warm up with that in there, and then do an oil change. It's pretty clean, actually. Yeah, I cleaned that once already. Spinning the engine around, front, rear. Dirty engine. I think if we go any further with this engine, we're going to be messing with timing. I know I have the whole repair manual here. I still don't know if I want to mess with the timing on the bike. I get a lot of oil. Shit. Just because I don't really want to mess with timing. It's almost like I gotta bite the bullet or not right now, YouTube. I'm just not, I don't know if I'm feeling it. Took some time, reorganized some tools. A lot of stuff had fallen into my toolbox. I couldn't find half the stuff I was looking for, so that wasn't fun. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take off this side cover here, which is the generator cover, just to get a look at what's underneath it. Make sure there's nothing in there. There shouldn't be. And I've been looking at all the other parts of the bike, you know, top end and everything. I don't see any clutch material in there. So for sake of this engine and me having to take the timing out and all that, I'm debating still whether or not I'm going to pull the whole engine apart. I don't want to mess up the timing, and I've done that before where I've messed up timing, but I shouldn't have a problem with this, but still. I gotta follow procedures in the book for disassembly if I do that, so I don't know. It's beyond my skill. You know what? You know, we can learn some new skills, can't we? Zan, those are really loose already. Yeah, I already cracked all these loose. It's on the phone. Didn't want to record and talk on the phone at the same time. So there we go. The other thing is, if I've got all winter to fix this bike, I've got all winter to put it back together too. So it's not like if I don't take off that, if I don't take the whole engine apart, I've got time to take the whole engine apart. It's like not like, the only thing is to test it. Once I get it back together, if it doesn't work, that's spring, and I want to start riding. So it's like, I don't know. It's a pain for me because I definitely want to do it right, but I also want to do it the fun way. Okay, so this medium one with the bracket goes low, long one, which should show all in this diagram somewhere, but no, it's been recorded. Okay, let's take the generator cover off. That's what this should be. And we have clutch material. Beautiful. Also, should there be oil in the generator cover? Oh, I guess there has to be, right? Wait. Okay. Clutch material in here. And I don't know, are we supposed to have oil on this side? Like, kind of have to, right? Because it's got these gears. Oh, look at that gear. That just comes out. Oh, no, it's tensioned for some reason. Oh, that wasn't even attached to anything anymore. It goes on here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to ask that question. Is there supposed to be... I mean, there's a gasket for it. And there's holes all through this engine. There's got to be oil in there, too. It's also been sitting on that side for a long time, so maybe that's why there's so much oil on it. I don't know. Like, maybe because one's sitting upright. Definitely gonna take some time to clean this up. Get the clutch material out of this so it stays out of my engine. That's the timing cover. I'm just looking at everything. Definitely, yeah, look at that. It's just gross and grody. There's some crap in here. I think all this will get flushed out, but I'm going to try to get as much out as possible as I can before I reassemble this thing. Gross. Okay, looking at it, it looks like there's supposed to be some oil in here, so that's fine. It might have been a little extra because of the way it sat, but after it dries out, we should be okay. I also saw that these stators sometimes burn out, so I want to take a look at it, make sure there's no burn marks around the bottom. Right, this is stator, right? That's a rotor? I don't remember which way it is. Everything looks good in here, though. Oop. This will spin that way. Almost be pressure on it from the system. Okay. Cool. So another cover off. I'm starting to run out of room of where to put stuff up here already. So what we're going to do for now, this coffee bar, just put these on the ground. They're pretty clean. I'll clean the floor up in a minute if I have to do anything. We're going to look at the rest of this engine. What we got to do is flip this upside down like so. I'm just doing it gently and trying to be gentle. And definitely want to double check the timing, not the timing, the valve spacing. And I feel like I'm just going to spend all this time mopping up the oil that is underneath this engine now. Maybe we do it this way. It's probably a dumb move too, huh? Oh well, what can we do right now? I don't know. Let's just leave it like this for a minute. Let's think about this. I'm gonna box just for parts for this bike, I think. Okay, party people. I think we're going to end this in a minute. I think what I have to do is I need to read some of this repair manual here and figure out how to take the head off of this. I think we're just going to break the whole engine down, split the casings, reseal the casings, basically start over with a fresh engine. I think the next step is to take out on this side the cam lobes and everything. I think I take those out next. But I want to follow the instructions for this. So what I want to do is, let's put this back in here. So I want to read everything up on this to make sure I'm doing everything in the right steps to take this apart. I know I read something about taking out the tensioner that said do it in this exact step or you could ruin everything. So me trying to do that on the fly on the camera before doing any research is probably not a great idea. Also, I'm going to continue cleaning up underneath this because this is disgusting now. This was nice and clean when I got here, but look at all the dirt that's come off it, which is great because that means it's come out of the engine and off the engine, but like still things to do. Plus I've got a lot of tools in the ultrasonic cleaner, or tools, a lot of parts in the ultrasonic cleaner that need to be cleaned off, and I need to do some more better some more better. More better. Some better organization of parts now that I'm going to go deep into this. So I've been Zan. Oh, look at that. That bolt's loose already. I wonder what that holds in. Okay. I wonder if that might be one of the ones I loosened up before. I'm Zan. This is the Z125 engine as it sits today. Both side covers off. All covers off, actually. And next time we're on here, I'm going to show you how I'm disassembling the rest of the engine. Hopefully it won't take terribly long, because I'll read up on it first. And maybe we'll find a better way to support this thing. Maybe a little stand or something. Try to figure out how the best way to do it. Because every time I take something off, it's like, oh, I was going to, it was laying on this side because it was supported by this case. Well, that case is gone. What are we going to do? And all the dirt bike little stands for engines are not for horizontal engines. They're for vertical. So it's not like I can just go out and buy something. Also, I don't really want to buy anything for this if this is the only time I'm doing this, hopefully. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I guess the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bore scope the engine in a couple places and get my bore scope in there and just see what kind of... oh, I'm dropping more rocks back in the container. Just see what other kind of grime we can find inside it. Maybe I'll line this whole thing with some of these newspapers that kind of... Yeah, look at all that. Gross. Nice. To try to keep some of the dirt inside of those instead of everywhere else. So it stays off of my nice parts. As I just put dirty parts on clean parts. Alright, everyone out there that's still riding, ride safe. Everyone who's not riding, wrench on what you have. Look at that. Look at that. Turn it the right way. Let's pull that oil pump out before we quit. I was going to quit, but that's coming off right now. And this is going to be a 3, isn't it? Yeah, definitely a number 3 screwdriver. I think the engine's pretty light. Doesn't help when your gloves and tools are covered in oil. Nope. I'm gonna strip that if I keep going. Okay, we're gonna have to get out the impact. I'm afraid I'm gonna strip those out if I keep going on it. The impact's right there. So I'm going to look at how to get those out properly without stripping them off. Because I'd rather not strip out a piece of this engine. But they're just really tight in there. I don't want to force them. Okay. Alright, I'm out. Peace.